Trending stars.
So this is your debut album, and I was wondering, like, I've been hearing this guy for like, a very long time.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have an album since, I mean, the 20,000s?
I think the right question is how come I never released any album?
Okay, so you had the recordings but didn't release them.
I have albums
Okay.
and EPs,
Okay.
but I never released them, or simply because I've always felt like when I start creating music, I create them from my own world. And when the few moments I've tried to give the music out to the world, the digestion hasn't been the same. So I feel like I've been in positions where I've wasted classics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It's not my fault. The word is just not ready yet. So projects that I have, like R&B projects, Afrobeats R&B projects, they have a different sound than what we hear every day. So coming to this point, we created something that's the best of both worlds. That word and what the world is used to. And then we're going to be able to bring those strange projects and sounds out after this one is out.
Okay, guys, but this is Trending Star, and I am Alina Fachunga, and today we have Bucci Worldwide. So we just finished listening to your album, yeah, and I must say that's a fire album.
Thank you. Thank you.
Personally, I'm impressed. I'm surprised.
Wow.
Like, I mean, we had all the genres, and before we dive deep into the genres, though, let's just talk about, the feature selection. Yeah. What inspired you to, like, okay, on Proud, let me feature Ellen Jucci. On the other song, you featured Zeze and Onesimus. I mean, the blending really went well, and at some points, I was confused, like, okay, who's singing here? Who's singing where? Like, what made the artist selection for the features?
I think from the beginning, I just wanted it to be organic. I could tell you right now, we didn't plan for the artist feature that we have. We basically created the songs from a point of view to say these are going to be Bucci songs, and the suggestions would come in after. So when we brought, for example, when we wrote I was originally just supposed to be me, and Paul played around with the beat at the end. After Paul played around with the beat, we figured out we might need a rap on the song. And we had two choices. Yeah. We had classic or charisma. And charisma put through, we made it happen. Classic, we might have him on maybe part 2 or on another song, it. And then Okay was originally supposed to be my song. I recorded it. I remember that night we finished it. And I was supposed to be back the next day to finish it. When I listened to the demo, I was like, yo, we need a female. And my manager's like, who are you thinking of? I said, Oana. It's like, Oana? I said, yes. Are you sure? I said, yeah. And when she came, she crushed it. And all the way to Karundo Aboma. Karundo Aboma was basically supposed to be me and Onesimus. And then Zeze happened last minute. And I can tell you right now, he's one of the most contributing factors of that song. It's such a beautiful, the intro just sets it apart. So it was organic. We chose not to be too strategic about it, but rather follow the spirit of music, and that's what has come up.
Yeah, and the Nathaniel one has a different vibe.
Yes.
And you're like, okay,
Same
I want to
thing.
get married now.
Let's go. So same thing with the Nathaniel song.
Yeah.
The chorus, funny fact is, I wrote that chorus, it could be maybe 5-6 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty old.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Yeah.
I wrote that chorus and I never used it. But when I met Nathaniel that night, it just made sense. And when he played the guitar, I was like, yo, dude, I cannot stress this enough. Alignment is at play, and I'm a big believer of alignment. Yeah. He came through, we met because of Paul. Paul left, and we're just in the studio, me, Melma, and him. and we wrote the verses. We recorded it on the phone. He went back to Blantyre. And when we were just about to finish the album, he returned and we finished it.
All right, so above the odds.
Yes, no, against the
Against the
odds.
odds. Oh wow, against the odds.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you just tell us what inspired the title?
Same thing, like the same way you were shocked that you have not released an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a really long time, I've always been left out of things. I've always been looked at differently. I've always been an outcast when it comes to the music scene. And at first, it used to get to me because I wanted to blend in. And then I realized, no, why am I downplaying what God gave to me? Other people only do Chichewa songs because that's all they can do.
Yeah.
I have the luxury to do much more than one thing. Let me just expand.
Yeah.
And then I started expanding from R&B to what you call this Afrobeats. I'm a piano, and then all the way to hip hop, and then putting the two things together. I still can't figure out what genre Abebete is, because it's not rap, it's not singing as well. I don't know what it is, but we created something that I'm hoping it continues and it becomes my legacy. So my journey has always been me trying to fight for my position.
Yeah.
So it went from being the outcast to being the chosen one. And you see it through my comments. It's repeated. It's repeated in my posts and stuff like that. It's like, no, this guy is different. This guy, I think he has to go international. He was born in the wrong country. I personally feel I wasn't born in the wrong country. I feel there's a reason why I was born where I am, and there's a reason why I have to come from here to show the world that this is where we're gonna go next. So I'm pretty sure when Michael Jackson was coming up, nobody anticipated it. And we talk about him up until today because he's as solid as he is. And I hope the same thing happens for me.
All right, so let's talk about the type of music that you make.
Yeah.
I think you're not one of the artists that's like, people are always like, nyimbo zimene zozo ndi ku Malawi kuno sizimagwirizana. Do you think there's gonna come a time where Malawians are gonna be like, okay, like the other countries do, we're okay with that genre, we're going to embrace it,
Yeah.
and Malawi to the world.
Yeah, actually, it's happening now.
It is.
It's happening now. People, I dropped Lovo, and people listened to it, but they didn't really listen to it.
Yeah.
And then it took one post on TikTok where I explained what the song was talking about, and I've seen multiple strange posts. I've seen the numbers skyrocket, and people are touching base with like, yo, dude, I didn't know what this really talking about in the song. It's happening right now. The sound is different, the approach is different. I think people are tired of the same old songs. It's the same stories, it's the same approach, it's the same attention-seeking approach to music where everybody's seeking to find the heat of the season. But I operate from a standpoint to say, what if we just make music that is good? Because a hit song is good music.
Yeah.
So what if we scratch fetching for the hit song, but instead we create good, timeless music? Yeah.
If a Malawian, we have listened to it.
Yeah.
Point of view, maybe it's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, I love that. I love
It's a
that.
10 out of 10.
That's
honestly.
what's up.
Do you think if you would give it to a random Malawian, passing through the streets, they would be like, oh wow, that's a good album right there. And that's driving me to the question, like, what was the creative process like, going, because there are love songs, there are worship songs, there are, heartbreak songs, there are the vibe songs, the amapiano and everything. Yeah. What was the creative process like?
Let me first answer the first question. I think giving it to any Malawian as of today, they'll listen to it, but they'll not firstly recognize it's Malawian yet until certain parts come in. If you listen closely to the song Aye, there are the ngoma that Tigran uses on the part. It's deliberate because those bongos represent the Malawian culture.
Yeah.
When you hear it, you just know that's Malawi. Nyao, you know what I mean? And I'm not even Nyao by tribe, you know what I mean? But it's a representation of the flag itself. So, yes, people will catch on to it. People will find themselves in certain songs. They may not be 100% fully in from point A to point Z, but I'm gonna get you somewhere. It might be third song, it
Yeah.
might be the fifth song.
Yeah.
Somewhere you're gonna be attacked.
Maybe a baby tea.
Exactly, you never know. And then moving from there, the creative process has always been seeing 5 steps ahead. And what I mean by that is I picture my songs on a performance level.
Yeah.
I picture myself in a video. I picture myself performing at Wembley. I picture myself performing in a stadium where there's 80,000 people. How is that song going to be performed? How do I imagine people perceiving the message that I'm giving them?
Yeah.
How is the energy going to be reciprocated? These things are what create things like abe, Betsy, I'm a piano, all those things. And then I want you to stay with me. All those things, those elements, when you really just close your eyes and listen to it, you will see a concert. And that's basically where I draw my energy from. Another thing that helps me with my creativities is the fact that I do a lot of research. I've done a lot of research on Michael Jackson. I've done a lot of research on Chris Brown, on Beyonce, on Sierra, even their choreographers, even their producers, people like Pharrell, things that they do. Why are they quiet but they stay relevant?
Yeah.
Why are they so powerful when they come out or when they speak? Why do people listen to Jay-Z? Those small things, creating what they create from just touching one thing and becoming gold. That's what I aspire to actually become. So I draw most of my creative process from there. And yeah, that's where the album comes from.
All right, and what do you want people to get out of ATO? I listen to ATO. What's the first thing that I should get from the album?
I want you to find yourself. I want you to be truthful with yourself. When you listen to it, you should rejoice. I want you to feel you can be okay. I want you to feel you can go out, have fun, dress well, and stand on your feet looking like money, unapologetically.
Okay.
I want you to carry the flag of 265 and say, yeah, I'm a piano. They never saw us coming. I want you to literally be able to thank God that you've come far to reach where you are. Most of us, when you look at our old photos, we never looked the way we look now. You know what I mean? You're gorgeous. You know that, right? And when you look at photos back then, you can see that, okay, I was gorgeous already, but now it's like, it's gone 10 times more.
Upgraded.
I'm like, people said 10, what do you call this?
10 minus 0 is equal to nothing. I don't think
Is that
that's
it? No, it's
10
a
minus-
10 minus,
No, it's, oh wow.
I forgot.
Same here, but
But
it's
I think
10 minus nothing.
something of that
That's
kind.
it.
You will find it.
Yeah.
But you're a 10 over 10. You get?
Yeah.
Which means you're 20. And you should be proud of that. Because other people want to step out and look clean, feel good, smell nice, do their hair, and do their makeup. But there are some other things that they just can't go past. Some people were born, with issues to do with maybe they were born blind, they were born deaf, they were born. Not that it makes them any different, but the fact that you're alive and you're able to do certain things, you should be proud because God gave you that gift for a reason. And so goes with everybody else.
All right. Now let's talk about albums. There was a debate. People were like, you know what? Albums are just a waste of music. People don't really have much time to sit down and listen to a whole lot of songs. Why not just release singles? What's your take on that?
My take on that is simple. When we go to weddings, when we go to parties, when we go to any gatherings, even at church, what is the one thing that gathers us all?
Music.
And where do the music come from? Because there's certain music that will never go out of the playlist. When you go to church, there's always songs that you will find at that church. From a kid to grown-ups, everybody knows those songs. There's a reason why. Because those songs were released and they were made from professional levels. So albums collect those type of timeless sounds that last generations to generations. Brenda Fassie, the same Michael Jackson I'm talking about, Luther Vandross, you name them. All those artists, they have what we call an iconic standpoint in the music industry, and they have affected our lives highly in a positive way through music. And that music is not just coming from singles, from albums.
Yeah.
So albums are important, and it's high time that people put value in what albums actually are,
Yeah.
because that's where you get to see the true form of art from an artist. You can always tweet your way around, or play around on the computer, put autotune on your voices and stuff like that, but people want to hear one body of work from a particular brand.
Yeah.
That's when you get to prove who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure they've been proven wrong. So
Yes.
you are also a dancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think like the dancing part, like sort of helps your singing part? You said when you're writing music, you picture performances
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So do you think like that comes from the dancing part?
Actually, it is. It's a beautiful thing for me. There was a point that I almost just let go of dance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it came to a point whereby I was like, wait, I'm actually the only artist that can do what I do.
Yeah.
Why am I not doing this? And I started putting much more pressure on it to figure out where I'm gonna go. And in doing that, I found myself. I found my sound is gonna have to do with dance, or I'm gonna have to do dance on my sound. So yes, my music is created from an angle where I want people to dance, I want people to see us dance, and I want to make music that when you sit, without even forcing you, you're gonna end up moving.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's a sad song, but
You get what I'm trying to say?
Dance
That's
great,
what it is.
yeah.
So I just want to make sure that everything that I create can be performed.
Yeah.
So when I'm creating the music, I'm creating dances in my head.
Right.
And when I'm explaining it to my
Yeah.
dancers, my choreographers, they understand where my crazy brain is going,
yeah.
where it's coming from,
Yeah.
and how we're gonna do it.
Okay, now I'm starting to think, does each and every song have
You know,
dance to it?
I will tell you right now, almost every song has a dance move.
Even the Nathaniel one.
Yep. But sometimes I'm told, calm down,
Yeah,
don't dance. And I'll be like, okay, I'll do what I can.
that song doesn't deserve.
What? I want you to stay, stay with me. Every song.
Yeah. So we've talked about how people debated about albums, and there's also something that lingers through my mind.
Yeah.
There are times where like in a certain month 3 or 4 artists drop an album, and that's happening in this month of
Yep.
November as
True.
well. I'm like, Zimakabwanji, like, don't you guys like have to alert each other with I am dropping an album? Kabana, it's because everybody has their own fans.
I would say everybody has their own journey, their own managements, their own plans. Drimo is dropping his, Kelke just dropped already, Teddy dropped as well, and these are all beautiful projects, right? But at the same time, Bucci fans are Bucci fans,
Yeah.
Kelke fans are Kelke
Yeah.
fans, and we can't starve them because Kelke is dropping, or Drimo can starve his fans just because Bucci is dropping.
Yeah.
They all gotta get something, and the most beautiful part is you will find that most of us, we are collaborating behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm posting what Kelke drops, he's posting what I'm dropping, and there's a whole synergy that's happening. So I think the most beautiful part is the planning part. I plan to go on a tour next year. People were expecting I'm gonna do a big launch, album launch and stuff like that, where everybody's gonna come through, the traditional.
Yeah.
But I said, let's not do that. Let's drop the album, have people listen to it, and then next year, 2026, we go on a full-on set tour. So we're gonna do a school tour, a high school tour, a college tour, and we're gonna do the 3 cities, and of course we're gonna go across the borders as well. Amen to that. We're gonna make sure we hit the UK, we gotta hit the States, we gotta hit Nigeria, Ghana, all those places, South Africa, and it's my dream and my prayer that I don't travel alone, because I want people to experience a full-on Bucci show, and that's Bucci, fashion, dance, and vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But how do you like blend the 3? you're into fashion, dance, music. I'm pretty sure there are also other things that you do that we don't know
Yeah.
of. Yeah, but as an artist that's in the industry, how do you juggle all that?
I think it's basically enjoying your work. You know that they say what you do without being forced, make money off it. You know, and I found my love in dance. I found my love in music. I found my love in fashion, and luckily these things go together because we're in show business.
Exactly.
That's why you see the chains, you see the rings. It's a uniform. It's the same thing. You go to a hospital, and the first person you're going to look for or ask help from is the person that has on a white coat.
Yeah.
That person is who is going to give you hope. Same thing. When you go to a concert, you're looking for that person that looks glittery, that person that has on like the strangest of outfits. You know, I could have worn normal size pants, but these are like big fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pants, and that's all intentional. And these things, they exist together or they coexist because they must. Otherwise, you can't talk about what you call this show business, and you don't dress the part, you don't look the part, you don't sound the part. You know, there's a thing called code switching. When we're in meetings, everyone else that's from that company is supposed to dress formal. I'm the only person that's allowed to wear durag in a meeting with suits. Get that? Because my job allows me to.
Yeah.
And my job deals with mass communication. So if I step in, that company is looking for somebody that will speak to the streets and they will talk to an artist to do that. They won't take a person in the office with a suit on and say, go speak to the streets and tell them we're doing so. Promotions, billboards and all those things. So yeah.
All right.
Basically.
And now we have ATO. What next should we expect from Bucci Worldwide?
Oh man, it's going to be such a journey. I'm going to take you guys through a whole movie set. I'm going to give you guys visuals that are powerful with the strangest choreographies and strangest costumes, locations that you may know of, but they're going to be treated different. I plan to really up my game on not story, but script writing and also music video directing. So the whole creative direction of this album is going to be seen in full throttle soon. We're going to start from a song called Ndeka, which I actually feature CZ, and she's starring in the video. It's a beautiful set, and what we're doing in there, it's something that people have only thought of, but they never thought was going to happen. So things like those. I'm only looking at doing what Michael Jackson did.
Okay. Michael Jackson Jr. All right,
Respect.
guys. We need to know about the against,
The odds.
against the odds. I had to make sure about the
I
against.
like that. I like that.
Yeah, against all odds. It's gonna be available on all streaming platforms. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can get it anywhere, everywhere. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere, everywhere.
Trending stars.
This has been Fresh Entertainment Lockdown. Make sure you catch the repeats of this episode on Saturday at 4 p.m. and Wednesday at 5 p.m. And don't forget to follow and like our Facebook page, that is www.facebook.com/fresh on Zodiac, and follow us on X at Fresh on Zodiac to not miss an update on what's trending in the world of entertainment. I am Alina Fechunga. Continue watching Zodiac Television.
Trending stars.